There is a man standing on the riverbank below your balcony. He counts the balls that have been caught in the rubbish trap, the curling snake of barrier preventing them from flowing further downstream. There are so many types of balls bobbing amongst the discarded items there are so many types of balls bobbing amongst the discarded items of surplus humanity. Beach balls next to refrigerators, footballs next to Tupperware, tennis balls next to the black bulk of a bin liner that you pray is only moving with the buffeting of the current. 22, he cries to no one at all, as if the river has exceeded its pollutant quota. And then he gets onto the bicycle he's left leaning on a fence post and cycles away, leaving both you and the river to wonder. And people ask you why you think humanity is reaching its expiration date. No one asks you that, actually. Not anymore. By now they know full well what your thoughts, feelings, hunches, theories, conspiracies, as they sometimes call them, are. Lately your darkness has not been welcome. It was a decided conversational miss at least 3 successive dinner parties. You do not go to dinner parties anymore, not that you miss them and not that you want to go. You don't understand the delicate table setting, the impeccable food, the thin smiles and controlled laughter. You do not understand why people put this face on only to have it ripped off by the persistent militaristic march of Merlot. Merlot, rich, full-bodied, a bit of a fruit, as they say. A good general if there ever was one, someone in whom you feel like you are in safe hands. But you digress. You have always digressed. This entire project of your life is a digression in one way or another. You do not understand why people choose 2 faces. It seems to you such an unbearable inconvenience to have to manage. What if you forget one behind? You are always forgetting things, even things so seemingly important as your other face. You forget other people's faces frequently, and also dates and places, as well as the promises that you make to them and, more importantly, to yourself. You forget that you sometimes wish to die, and more importantly, that you decide in the end that it's not worth the bother to yourself and others, and that perhaps it is more important to not do that after all. You tire of attempting to monetize the rot, to monetize the rote, the towers above you, the routine that you work into grooves on the pavement. Everything feels both structural and fake. It is not that your life is artistic, nor that it is extraordinary. It is decidedly neither. In the living and the reflecting of things, your life has become a project in and of itself, of performance art, of conceptual art, of the rotten dregs of late-stage capitalism. You are drunk on youthful promise and vainglorious extravagance. Your life becomes a project of its own, of sex and the media and politics and populism and popularity, and looking at oneself through the lens of others and of society. It becomes a question of identity and how to let things fall forgotten. It is a project of digging deep into your past, into your collective past, and conceiving that there is nothing, really, nothing to the layers you layer upon yourselves. You are the scarecrow and the crow. Everything else is corn, and you are useless here, flapping in the wind, watching your one charge burn to the ground around you. You made lists of all the places you wanted to go and all the things you wanted to see, and then you sat on the balcony and cut short your life with every breath you took. It is the way of things, it seems. You lost the lists as well. You have never been a practical person, and the impracticalities and indignities of everyday life have always been a strain on your sensibilities. You wish to die, but now you live in this place. No, it is no Paris, nor is it Berlin. The grime and glory of the true European boulevard or Strasse, the bloodstains scrubbed away with the decades, that kind of history is lost in this place. This place feels sterile. Sometimes it is empty in the oldest parts, and there are no smiles here. You cannot smoke indoors, the food is inferior, and you have to know a man who knows a man who knows a man who used to be a woman who can tell you where to find a half-decent sex dungeon. These are the things you have forced yourself to get used to, if not accept. You never thought you would put down roots in this place, this alienation, and you were right. To you, this feels like an interlude, somehow, however important of one. This is not a place, this is a placeholder. You will take some of the people and the wisdom and hopefully some of the currency along with you when you go, as well as undoubtedly a demonic and very tiny cat, and your husband. But go you will at some point. Go you must. Even the most austere and cold rock in the middle of the ocean, a location that meant so much and aspired to more, even such a place will sink into the sea. Find higher ground, you tell yourself, a primal scream for survival that winds off into a wall. Sorry, my context. Find climate land, a place high and dry and safe from the marauding gangs and the refugees who will laugh at and scale the walls they build for against them. Find a place apart. You have always wanted nothing more than to find a place in the clouds where you can be left alone.